Diabetes is a health condition characterized by high glucose levels. This occurs when our body does not produce sufficient insulin, a hormone which enables glucose to be absorbed into our cells. Hence, glucose accumulates in the bloodstream, translating to high blood glucose levels. Type 2 diabetes is characterized by a relative insulin deficiency due to pancreatic beta cell dysfunction and insulin resistance. In Singapore, 440,000 Singaporeans had diabetes in 2014, and this number is projected to reach 1 million by 2050. Among Singaporeans with diabetes, 1 in 3 have a poor control over their condition, hence exacerbating their condition. As for type 2 diabetes, a forecast by Fan et al. Revealed that the prevalence of type 2 diabetes among Singaporeans aged 18 to 69 will double from 7.3% in 1990 to 15% in 2050.
A significant factor causing low adherence are individual level factors, which our team will be targeting. Firstly, let's consider our elderly population. The digital divide exacerbates challenges for many elderly individuals in managing their diabetes, as they often struggle with technology. This creates a barrier to utilizing digital tools aimed at assisting them. Having them navigate multiple apps and online portals to keep track of their diabetes can be overwhelming. We need to find ways to make use of these tools to make them more accessible and user-friendly for our senior patients. Next, we have our younger patients who are often juggling the demands of work and study. Their busy schedules can make it difficult to adhere to a regular treatment regimen. Between attending classes, working long hours, and trying to maintain a social life, managing diabetes can easily take a backseat. It's essential to develop strategies that integrate seamlessly into their hectic lifestyles, providing reminders and support that are both effective and unobtrusive. Finally, we must address the common aversion to pricking for blood glucose testing. Many patients find this aspect of diabetes management particularly unpleasant, leading them to avoid regular monitoring. This avoidance can result in poor disease control and increased risk of complication. To tackle this, we need to explore less invasive monitoring technologies.
To address the aforementioned issues, we propose a digital solution that builds on existing hardware and software. In particular, we would like to tap on near-infrared technology or smartwatches to measure blood glucose level. Most modern-day smartwatches such as Samsung and Apple utilize infrared technology and sensors to measure vitals such as SpO2 oxygen saturation. And we can tap on this infrared emitter and sensor to measure the blood glucose concentration in diabetic patients. Prior research has shown that wavelength at 1550 and 1650 nanometers are strongly absorbed by glucose. We can thus modify the infrared wavelength of existing smartwatches and measure the amount of infrared waves absorbed by the glucose in the bloodstream or reflected back into the sensor. Watches can then be calibrated and trained through the use of machine learning models to estimate the amount of glycosylated hemoglobin and glucose level in the bloodstream, which are key indicators of diabetes. It will then be displayed on the watch display screen or sent to the cloud or mobile application for periodic monitoring. We believe that our idea will have a huge impact on society due to the pervasive use of smartwatches today. In an effort to encourage Singapore citizens to keep active, Singapore's Health Promotion Board introduced the National Step Challenge 10 years ago. It includes the distribution of smartwatches as step trackers needed for participation. During Season 5 of this challenge back in 2020, there were already 910,000 participants with trackers keeping active, with more participants growing over the years. Furthermore, smartwatches and step trackers are also synced to mobile applications such as Samsung Health or Singapore's very own Healthy 365 app, which allows one to monitor their daily activities and claim rewards from the challenges. We can build on this by also allowing for blood glucose levels to be periodically measured by the smartwatch and be logged on this app. This can then be used to propose lifestyle recommendations for diabetic-prone individuals or the general public, or to automate the monitoring of blood glucose levels to remind patients to take their insulin jabs, etc.
We propose that our technology be incorporated into the next generation of HBB trackers that will be distributed during the next season of the National Step Challenge. Now this is important because the current season of the National Step Challenge actually requires participants to actually sync their step data onto a database. The number of steps they take will determine their current points they earn and the prizes they get. As the current participants are already aware of how to sync their data, we plan to tap on this current outreach of the National Step Challenge to reach these diabetic patients. This reduces further confusion and additional steps required for the participants and diabetic patients to actually sync their HbA1c levels onto the cloud database. Now this is important because Majority of the patients who are diabetic are often elderly patients, and they may have difficulty adapting to the smartphone technology. If we already have this pre-existing technology and infrastructures in place to actually support the elderly in place for participants of the National Step Challenge, currently there are pre-existing support and customer service centers to actually help and facilitate participants who actually face difficulties in doing so, which could be the elderly.
At the beginning of our 3-year program, we will reach out to 1,000 type 2 diabetes patients. We will begin our program with a 12-month-long study to assess the efficacy and viability of our technology in improving the outcomes of diabetes patients by ensuring adherence to diabetes treatment plans. This duration is comparable with other similar studies conducted on the efficacy of finger prick-based glucose monitoring systems. We will assign 500 people to our experimental group and 500 to our control group. If the results of our study prove to be promising, we will move on to the outreach stage. With over 400,000 diabetes sufferers in Singapore, our technology has the potential to significantly increase their quality of life and disease outcomes. However, this can only happen if there is sufficient awareness of our program and its potential benefits. With outreach campaigns through both social media and traditional media, such as television and radio, we hope to increase awareness of our program, especially among senior citizens within our communities who disproportionately suffer from the condition. Subsequently, the new Health Promotion Board fitness trackers will be made available to the public. However, for particularly vulnerable seniors suffering from type 2 diabetes, healthcare workers will be delivering these devices to them, as well as educating them on how to use these devices to complement their current treatment programs and the importance of adhering to them. Patients will then be able to pair their monitoring devices to the health app on their smartphones and log down whenever they take their medications. Medication schedules will be based on the directions of their doctor, and patients will receive rewards for adherence to their medication schedules. Blood glucose tracking data allows patients to see the tangible benefits of adherence to treatment plans on the proper regulation of their blood glucose levels, and will provide an incentive for patients to continuously and consistently stick to their treatment plans. Tracking data can also be used to influence modifications to the patient's medication schedule and dosage based on the input of AI and the final say of their doctor. Our program is a continuous program and can be renewed on an ongoing basis.
One is all about testing and research. To kickstart this phase, we will work with Temasek Foundation, who has distributed SpO2 oximeters to all Singaporeans during the COVID-19 pandemic. We estimate that it will take an average of $5 per device to incorporate the existing technology into HPV trackers. We will be procuring 1,000 devices, costing a total of $5,000. This phase is crucial as it lays the foundation for subsequent stages by ensuring that we have the correct analytics, data, and insights. Moving on to phase 2, which focuses on outreach and distribution. This phase involves several key components. First is software development. We've allocated $25,000 for developing the software necessary to support our devices and overall system. Next is distribution infrastructure. To get our devices into the hands of users, we'll invest $20,000 in building a robust distribution network. Third is device procurement. Scaling up significantly, we will be acquiring 100,000 devices at a total cost of $500,000. This phase ensures that our technology reaches a broad audience, laying the groundwork for wide-scale impact. Phase 3 focuses on sustaining engagement and ensuring long-term success. The key components here are twofold: reward system and monitoring infrastructure. For reward system, we've set aside $400,000 to incentivize user engagement and participation. This is a critical component to ensure users remain active and benefit from our system. For monitoring infrastructure, we need to track progress and make necessary adjustments. We will invest $50,000. This phase ensures that we not only launch successfully, but also maintain and grow our user base effectively. This is our project plan to effectively use $1 million to maximize the user base for the first 3 years of the project. Furthermore, we hope to get further funding and support from the government to ensure the success of the plan beyond the first 3 years. Thank you.